Hey everybody, welcome back to Thicker Liquor. My name is John and I'm with my good friend George. And today we're going to talk about the three different types of tequila. Let's get into it. Hey George, welcome. Thanks again for coming by and talking tequila with me and trying out a few of these. Are you familiar? You're familiar with this brand, right?
Yeah, it's a very solid entry-level tequila.
Yeah, I saw that in the price range. It was, I don't know, they're like 26 to 30 something dollars, So I was, we've tasted them, so I was surprised before on how tasty they were. I really always had this tequila was terrible, the tequila you get at the club for dollar well drink nights or whatever it is, and only until you started introducing me to tequilas that you sip and actually drink like you do bourbons and stuff, that's when I kind of opened my eyes to that stuff. So what do you know about the three types of tequila? So we have here the this one is the Blanco.
Yeah, thanks for saying I'm the one who introduced you to tequila. It's nice. And in kind, I've learned more about bourbons from you.
Yeah, it was good.
My interest is piqued. So we have three varieties. The common varieties of tequila are Blanco, Reposado in the middle bottle, and then the last bottle is Anejo. And the differences is that the first bottle, this is the pure tequila that you get after they make it and distill it. And the Reposado can be aged in an oak barrel or another type of barrel for up to 2 years, and Anejo can be longer than that.
And so they do the same kind of process, and that's why you're getting the darker colors as you kind of go along here, right? Because this has been sitting in there the longest. So, and then in terms of what they add in, this one, I was reading the back here, it says it has a platinum cast, and you can kind of see it is kind of platinum-y color. It's not clear like water, that's for sure.
Yeah, it has a nice light hue.
And here's what they say about this one. This is the Blanco. And you think there's really not a lot in there, but in terms of flavors, they say, prepare your senses for the aroma of sweet agave, tropical fruit, lemon zest. So you think the lemon's probably what's giving it that color. When you squeeze lemon into a vodka or something, it kind of gives it that, becomes silvery.
Yeah.
I think that's where that color's coming in. And then a hint of pepper. Last but not least, vanilla bean, grilled pineapple to make a stylish and clean finish. That sounds delicious.
Yeah. So oftentimes on a clear tequila, on a Blanco tequila, I'll taste a little bit of pepper and I'll taste vanilla. I think the vanilla may be added in, and I'll taste sometimes like a pine flavor. And then in addition to all this, it's a sweet flavor.
Yeah, let's check this out right here. Let's see.
Cheers.
It's very smooth. It's as closest to regular tequila, but it's not awful. You know what I mean? It's very good.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have a misunderstanding of tequila because they think of partying in Fort Lauderdale, and then the way oftentimes that it's presented to you in a restaurant or a bar, they offer you, do you want salt and lime? And to be honest, I just enjoy sipping it. I don't think the salt or lime it's not a flavor that you want to kill with salt and lime. It's a flavor you want to enjoy after you sip it.
Yeah, and that's a testament to good quality tequila versus just something you want to get down, and you're going to need that salt and lime just so you don't get sick, burn your throat on the way down or anything. So, but this, there's no mistaking it. I smell it. I smell the tequila. So it's not hidden in anything. It smells just like tequila, but it tastes better than your normal, low bar quality stuff.
Yeah, and this doesn't have a high alcohol flavor at all. It's I'm tasting something else, but not so much the alcohol.
Yeah, it's a very sweet finish. A little woody.
Yeah.
Little woody at the end. All right, so let's move on to this one here. So this is reposado, so meaning it's just rested for a little bit, right? And smells a little bit less tequila-like.
Yeah, and this is where the more sophisticated flavors, like someone who likes to drink bourbon, this is where you can start seeing a comparison.
They call this one delicate and complex. It says if you like spicy caramel fudge aroma with rich and golden hue, full-bodied palate, rich notes of roasted agave and sweet tropical fruit, vanilla, warm spices. They say a lot about this thing here, but I think it's going to be a little bit more of that, but it's probably going to have some, a little bit oakier taste. I don't really know what to expect with this one here in comparison. Sweeter.
It is sweeter, yeah. Yeah, and it's very, very pleasing.
Like right away it was like super sweet.
Yeah, and then it follows up with a nice wood flavor, oaky flavor, I want to say. So unlike bourbon, with tequila, once they age it, there are no rules for the industry other than the time. But they can use any type of barrel. They can use a leftover barrel from sherry making or from bourbon making.
Yeah, they just keep passing the same barrel around or whatever,
Yeah.
right? So,
or from red wine making, from Cabernet.
yeah, that's interesting. This was very good. I really like this one. What are these numbers? Do you know what these numbers represent on the side? Let's see if you guys can see.
So, really good tequilas have a gnome number on the back of them, and that's followed up. The number represents the manufacturer. So in some cases, a tequila two different tequilas will have the same gnome number. And that would be true for the very popular one, or it used to be true for something like Casamigos, which was made for them by the esteemed tequila maker Casa Noble.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're really get into this, you can go on the Tequila Matchmaker website and then look up this gnome number and then find out more about the producer.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. So it's like that's their signature or whatever they have in terms of where it came from and probably location, distilled, everything. Probably get all the information.
And the number is in the thousands, so that kind of lets you know how many possible manufacturers there are.
I did not get any throat burn at all with that. Like it seemed like all the flavor stayed in the mouth. Yeah. And there was really nothing going down. It was really smooth going down. It was really something.
And it smells nice.
Yeah, it smells less tequila. This one seemed a little sweeter.
Yeah.
This one has a little bit more the woody, oaky type of thing going on. But it smells, so it's like the smell, less smell, but a little bit more oak. But that kind of makes sense, I guess. If it's sitting in the barrel and a barrel of something else, it's probably going to take on some of that and those smells. And I'm sure the barrels are sweet, or they're using some bourbon, which is a sweet liquor too. So, all right, let's see what we have here in the Anejo. This is what they say about that. Disarmingly elegant. With its bright reddish gold hue, this tequila will engage your palate. Its aroma balanced with roasted agave, earthy wood, a touch of butterscotch. Oh, that's already sounding pretty good too. With only one sip, you'll discover its medium to full body and velvety mouthfeel that ties it all together. Take notes of the caramel, vanilla, dried fruit, and chocolate. And butterscotch. Yeah, it's just like candy all the way around. And yeah, you can clearly see it's a little bit darker. That's hard to tell on the camera there, but you can kind of see one's a little bit darker than the other. Not by much, too. I've seen some that were so dark they look like dark whiskey.
Yeah, that's a very good point, John. Some producers will add caramel as a color to make it maybe make it look more rich.
Yeah.
And make it look more sophisticated. And I actually like how this producer, the there's very little change between the colors of the bottle. That they're not adding much or at all.
Yeah.
Any kind of caramel to color it.
And I added this, and I chose these bottles because I thought these would be good for the experiments, because you're able to see a lot of the color. The bottles look the same. I do notice that when some of the distillers and manufacturers, they make the third bottle very fancy, because the first two look the same, and then the third bottle will be like a little fancier. And also cost another $10 or $12 more too. It's just going up in this scenario.
Yeah, that's also good to explain, is that as the tequila ages more, it sits around more on their real estate, and so they charge you for that.
You're paying for time. Paying for the time and the care and the insurance that they have on the property to maintain that. But I mean, and because of the color, like you said, they're able to put in more stuff.
Yeah.
And their options are much more open. Like here, you can't start putting caramel in here. You're going to start changing the color.
Yeah, and the interesting thing is that there's a story to the Blanco already, because each agave plant takes 7 years to grow before they can harvest it. And it's all manual labor. It's dug up by hand, even to this day. That large producers, it's dug up by hand. The leaves are cut off. They're very coarse. They're cut off with a machete by hand. And then it's roasted in these very large ovens. So one agave plant only produces 10 to 12 bottles. So after 7 years, they only get to make 10 to 12 bottles. And so when I think for $30, that's actually a bargain.
Yeah,
if you think
it
about
sounds like a bargain. It's a lot of manual labor and stuff. Much more simple to set up a little distillery or a still or something like that, because you know the process of whiskey, and you can get the corn and the rye and the barley and all that stuff pretty accessible. Where are you going to grow a 6-foot wide plant in your backyard for 7 years? You know, it's very difficult. You know, I mean, although that would be pretty cool if you had the property to grow your own, and you'd get about 10 bottles or whatever it is after 7 years. That'd be pretty neat. So, that's a great point there. That the complexity of getting this from plant to the bottle is no easy task. All right, I'm going to try this one here.
Do you think a bourbon a drinker would like the añejo?
Yeah, I absolutely do. This has the least tequila taste of the three.
Yeah, I have. I still taste a bit of sweetness, and then I taste a lot more of a wood flavor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I tell you the truth. If I had tasted a few bourbons and you snuck a sip of this in between, it would be like, wait a minute, I'd need a second taste on that to decide, wait, was that really a tequila? That's just a testament to how good this is, because when you're thinking tequila, you're not thinking something that will not let you know you're drinking tequila. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's actually a nice fine spirit to sip and enjoy. Mm-hmm.
Do you do this on ice? You could do these on ice as well. People do pour this over ice to get you like a chilled thing.
I think in summertime that would be great. And I actually prefer mine chilled in the refrigerator. That's how, and sipping it neat.
Yeah.
That's my preferred way. But really, there's no wrong way to drink tequila. Even drinking it out of a shot glass, chasing it with lime and salt would be fine.
I was going to say, yeah, right. But this would be kind of a waste. You're not getting that full thing. No, but what about, do you put anything, do you ever experiment with stuff like squeezing lime into your tequila? Or, do you do anything like that? Not like to slam, but I'm saying if you're sipping it, is there anything particular other than just sipping it neat?
No, but there is a nice trendy drink called a ranch water, which is a tumbler glass with ice, Topo Chico, some tequila, and some lime juice, which is almost a margarita. A margarita has the added triple sec or orange liqueur in it. Yeah. It would seem like a waste to throw margarita mix into this thing. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it's kind of like a vodka soda, right? Except with the lime.
Well, I really enjoyed this. This was really nice. I hope you guys learned something out there between these 3 tequilas. Thank you, George, for coming out here. I think this was a good video. We're going to work on, which one are you going to sip a little bit?
I really am impressed with the Anejo.
Yeah, and I kind of like this one too.
Yeah.
This one has, this is really a very good blend between these two. They did a really good job with the gradual change in this particular series.
Yeah.
It's really well done, and I recommend it. It's a good bottle. Thumbs up for me on this tequila, and that's it. We're going to check out different things and different styles of tequilas. Thank you again, George, and we'll catch you next time on Thicker Liquor.